until the day begins. We're starting off at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Everyone else is already gone.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of staying at the hotel. You're not under pressure. Alright, this is our apartment in Lajara. Look, it's K-Ka. And I thought it was quite well put together, 4th floor. Nice little apartment, cute little finishes, quite frankly. I think that's like white concrete with ground glass. Little floor. I thought the design, the look of it was quite good. You know, 2 small bedrooms, but they're sufficient. Kind of lacking a closet, it's one headache. This one's got a little stand-up closet, but they're cute. The finishes, I thought, were hoy es un día perfecto para ser feliz. Today is a perfect day for your happiness. Oh, Lajara. Just a lot of apartments in this place. It's kind of a depressing side, on the depressing side. Yeah, got some pilgrims here. Some pilgrims there. More like the old town. Well, seems a little bit more fun on this side. A little bit better feel. Maybe this is the older town. I bet you this was. Doesn't seem quite as... here we are. This is day
10 walking.
10 days of walking. Need to be some discussion with some of the pilgrims that basically say, oh, you should do the Camino by yourself to discover yourself, something along that lines. And you know, I'm not so sure about that. I think there's long segments of it that are just how would I say, it could be quite boring. I think there's one thing about walking by yourself. I think it's another thing to share the experience. And so, you know, not to say that people who may be working on something in their lives, that this wouldn't be a bad thing for them to do. Certainly would be. But I'm becoming of the belief that, you know, it's good to share with somebody. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, 6 weeks of just walking slowly. I would say that you certainly can meet people here and there, but sometimes you're not in the mood, you know. And I still think by the end of the day, you're kind of pooped. You really don't have a whole lot of petrol for conversation. So, I suppose if you have a companion and she or he wants to do it, you do it together. And I think it's a good, makes for a much more interesting experience. And if you have something spiritually or personally that you're trying to process, you certainly could go as long as you wanted to and stop and take a break, take a bus to the next place, do something, or just continue the journey for the process of enlightenment.
Like, I've got to go into the wilderness and, you know, hoof it around with, you know, drinking out of streams, and there's no, because there's all the amenities along the way. I mean, you can find a grocery store, you can find a coffee shop, a hotel, and so it's kind of for everybody in a way that way, you know, because only some people are geared towards wanting to go out into the wilderness and truly do, and this, you know, adventure, backcountry,
backpack all of your equipment in West Coast Trail.
There's not as many people that would find that appealing, would find that themselves capable of that, especially for this long amount of time.
Well, it's also, this is safe. You're not going to get eaten up by bears.
Right, and for the most part, it's, you know, there's not like vagabonds out here that are
going to hurt you.
Although sometimes it does feel a little bit sketchy. It's like, I think if I was by myself, I think I would feel a little bit vulnerable. Azofra, I think that's where we just left. Yeah. Azofra. This is not a film in reverse. We're actually walking up
backwards. But you know, it's quite interesting to stop and look at where you just came from. Typically the eyes are forward, and so you really don't see this ocean of green waves. Then the sun peeks out in between the clouds and kind of gives a nice yellow green. Ooh, we still got a ways to go. We're entering a little town, a little village of Serunia. Serunia. Unia. Serunia. Oh, Santo Domingo. That's where we're headed. That's a very odd place. It's got this suburb, but there's nobody out there in these condos over there way off. Yeah, just like we tried to make something out of this place and it didn't gel. Okay, we're about an hour and 20 minutes outside of well, we just passed through Serunia, strange little town. And we're headed to Santo Domingo to our paradise. Just left light rain. So it is at the end of the day. It doesn't look like it'll be terribly bad. Yippity.
Yippity yippity.
It's raining. Look, it's just odd that it's just in these certain spots it's raining. I guess this is why it's so green. They get their share of water.